Hello, this is Rick Powers coming to you from my home at Western Technical College. And there's an issue that needs to be addressed, which is the concept of scientific notation. What is scientific notation? Scientific notation is a way that calculators and computers use to show numbers that are very, very large or very, very small. So I want to show you what that looks like. I'm going to share my screen here. And so then what I have here is a version of a calculator similar to what some of you might have, a TI-84. And I'm going to show you how scientific notation works on here for very small numbers. Let's say I have the number 7 and I divide it by 100. Now when I do that, I'm going to get 0.07, 7/100. It has 2 decimal places. But what if I have a very, very small number? So I'm going to take 7 and divide it by not 1,000, not 1,000,000, not 1,000,000,000, but 1,000,000,000,000. Okay, and if you count it up, I hit that 0 12 times. So I'm taking 7 divided by 1,000,000,000,000. Now when the calculator wants to do that, it changes it into scientific notation. It says 7 times 10 to the negative 12th power. Now, if I were to write this out just using decimal places, then as you saw before, 7 divided by 1,000 has 2 decimal places. Well, 7 divided by 1,000,000,000 has 12 decimal places, and that's too many for the calculator to be able to display. So then this thing here, times 10 to the negative 12th, means that this is a very small number, and it has 12 decimal places in it, but the calculator can't show it. And so then it puts this thing here to show you what that is. Now, another way that this can happen is what we call exponential entry. So if I have 8, and then I use the second button and I hit this right here, exponential entry, this capital E is not a normal exponent. And I'll show you what I mean. If I have 8 E 6 and I enter that, that is 8,000,000. So the E is not telling me it's 8 to the 6th power like a regular exponent. This capital E means it's 8, and then in scientific notation, it has 6 zeros after it. So that's 8 times 10 to the 6th. So then if I had 7, capital E, and then I need to put in a negative 2, and I have to use the negative sign, not the subtraction sign, but negative 2, then that becomes 7 with 2 decimal places to the other side. So now it's a small number. So the meaning of this here, if I say 7E negative 2, means that it's the number 7, but the decimals have been shifted over to make it a small number with 2 decimal places. So if I have 7, and then I do E negative 20, for example, well, that would be too many decimals for the calculator to show, and so then it writes it like this. These two things are the same, 7E negative 20 and 7 times 10 to the negative 20th. So when you see something on a calculator or on a computer that has a capital E and then it has a negative number after it, that means it's a very small number. So a lot of times when we see something like this, then we say it's basically 0. It's close enough to be 0. So if you have any questions about this, please feel free to let me know. But it is an important skill to understand and work with scientific notation.